For every generation, there are a few days or dates that will always hold a special significance. For anyone old enough to remember World War II, Sunday, December 7th, 1941 was indeed a day that lives in infamy. In 2 short hours, the Imperial Japanese Air Force and Navy lay waste to the United States Naval Fleet stationed at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. It shocked a wounded nation into a world conflict that would lead inevitably 4 years later to mushroom clouds over Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. Indeed, the world would never be the same. The following is a narrative of events and actions on that fateful December 7th at Pearl Harbor. The sequence of events are as they actually happened, but many of the words you will hear will be those of McCreary County resident as well as Pearl Harbor eyewitness Lloyd Souleyrette. Mr. Souleyrette was a combat engineer with the 34th Army Construction Battalion stationed at Pearl Harbor that fateful day. And now, December 7th, 1941. 6:46 a.m. U.S. destroyer Ward sinks an unidentified submarine at the entrance to Pearl Harbor. Word of this attack is delayed 23 minutes in decoding. 16 minutes later, at 7:02 a.m., 2 soldiers at Oahu's remote radar station report unidentified planes approaching. This report is discounted as U.S. planes expected from the West Coast.
We were supposed to do a job there and then come back to Texas the way I understood it, but we didn't get back for 4 years.
When the Japanese flyers arrive over the harbor, they are shocked to find their targets lined up and waiting for them.
Oh, it was fine weather. It was pretty. Come out of the mess hall. No, we'd had some hot cakes and syrup that morning.
At 7:40 a.m., Lieutenant Commander Mitsu Fushida can see the Americans have been caught by surprise. He issues the prearranged signal, Tora, Tora, Tora.
10 minutes till 8. I believe it was when they come in on us. And it was like a bunch of mad hornets. They were all over us. Come out of the mess hall and was, well, with a lot of other guys. I was out there and it was all over, just overhead. You couldn't, you could shoot them with a .22 rifle if you had one ready, or a slingshot, I guess, because it was that low. And one of the guys asked me, he said, what are they doing? I said, I don't know. I said, I think they got some maneuvers going on here. I said, they're trying to hit a little airstrip right below my barracks, Wheeler Field. And I said, they're trying to hit that airstrip, and I said, you see them with the red dot on them? He said, yeah. I said, well, they're trying to hit a target here somewhere. And I said, you see them with a star on them? He said, yeah. I said, well, they're trying to chase them off. He said, well, that's kind of a one-sided game, ain't it? He said, I don't see many with stars on them up there. They all got red dots.
At 7:57 a.m., the first torpedoes begin to hit Battleship Row. By 8:04 a.m., Kanaway, Ford Island, Iwa, and Wheeler airfields are all under full-fledged attack by Japanese bombers and fighters. At Kanaway, 33 of 36 planes are destroyed.
We couldn't get planes in the air at Schofield Barracks. And they dropped the bomb right above my barracks. We had 2 big water tanks there. They thought they were fuel, I guess, and they dropped a bomb that went between them with a great big hole.
But it is the battleships taking the worst beating. The Arizona is burning, but shooting back when at 8:12 a.m. a massive explosion rocks the big ship. A bomb may have ignited the forward magazine. The Arizona will take 1,177 men to their graves, more than any other ship in United States naval history. Confusion and chaos are everywhere.
All they had was sidearms, but they was up there fighting. It started, we had our guns. We had M1 rifles. We didn't even know how to load them. They were in the racks locked, and our ammunition was half a mile across the field in dumps. And it didn't take you but a few minutes to learn how to load it. And we set up machine guns all over Hickam, Wheeler, and everything, all in fields. Time to think about anything except save yourself or somebody else.
The other side of the island is no better. Here the Utah has taken 2 aerial torpedoes and is sinking. The Raleigh and the Curtiss have also been hit. Back near the Arizona, the West Virginia is sinking as the Oklahoma capsizes. At 8:25 a.m. it is time for the second wave. The Japanese come in V formations, but this time the dive bombers will face formidable flak. In all, the Japanese will lose 6 fighters and 14 dive bombers. Somehow the Nevada has managed to get underway and is attempting to run the gauntlet to the sea. At 9:12 a.m., the Shaw sustains a bad hit, causing fires to break out. By 9:30, the Shaw's forward magazine explodes, devastating the ship. The carnage continues until 10. The roll call of devastation is nearly incomprehensible. The California, the Oklahoma, the Pennsylvania, the Maryland, the Tennessee, the Vestal, the Helm, the Helena.
Well, you knew it. You knew you were in a war. And we were going over there for about 4 months when we left the States, but we forgot that time period. And then it's just forget that till everything's over. So we didn't have any idea when we'd get back to the States, whether we would or wouldn't.
In all, 18 ships have been sunk or severely damaged, 347 planes destroyed or disabled, 5 air bases in flames. But despite desperate defeat, the United States has not been broken.
Morale was high, I would say. You see, the fleet was in, and they just had skeleton crews on them ships. The boys was on leave in Honolulu, loafing around. And when they hit down there, well, a lot of them tried to get back to the ship, and a lot of them couldn't. And a lot did, I guess, went down on their ships.
The human loss is what can never be forgotten. 2,403 Americans killed, another 1,178 wounded. December 7th, 1941. War had come home to America.
You couldn't mourn. We buried them by the hundreds.
History is real life involving real people. We can learn from both. If we do not, we are doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past.
Well, yes, I do. I worry about the young folks in this world today coming up, what they face, what they can face, because we didn't have everything then that they have now. And they could just blow us off the face of the earth. We don't have any more conflicts. No more Pearl Harbors.
You've been listening to December 7th, 1941, a production of WHAY Radio, who is solely responsible for its content. WHAY would like to express its appreciation to Mr. Lloyd Souleyrette, without whose assistance this program would not have been possible.